Hello everyone, this is our project Openmarkethub. It is a customer-to-customer place platform that enables us to buy and sell products and services locally. We are Team 5 and these are the team members. The pre-existing application like Craigslist lacks better user experience, which is why we are developing Openmarkethub to deliver a responsive design with topmost security. Now let me give you a quick demo of our product. This is the landing page of our product. We have used modern web stack, React on the front end, Spring Boot and Hibernate on the back end. We have implemented authorization and authentication using Google's Firebase to ensure secure access to the platform. Now let's get started with using our application by clicking on the Get Started tab, which will lead you to create a new account page. In this page, the new customers can create an account with us by entering the relevant information, while the pre-existing customers can sign into their account by clicking on the Sign In button. You can enter your credentials and log into the account, which will direct you to the Marketplace tab. Marketplace is the heart of our application, so let me take you there. This has the list of the products where you can make a purchase of. Additionally, you can search the product that you're looking for. For instance, if I'm looking for iPad, I can type in iPad and it will show you the list from which you can make the purchase. Since we are a startup, we value your opinion. That's why we have a contact form. You can fill in the information and type in your queries and concerns and submit it to us. For the developers who are looking to contributing or using our APIs, they can go to the APIs button and make use of our APIs. Our product is user-friendly, meaning that it is mobile responsive. It is pretty much consistent over any screen size. Hence, this is our initial approach to modernize marketplace platform. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Santona. I'm going to explain my contribution on our project. First, I created custom React components using Material UI and integrated those components into our landing page. Since React follows component-based design pattern, I developed various modules and used TypeScript for additional type safety. Here's a quick glance of one of the components, which is for the hero section of the page. Here's the body section where all other components like testimonial, values section, and feedbacks were integrated by me. Since React is based on SPA, single page application, I used React Router DOM library for navigating throughout the application. Routes for the entire application is shown in the code. Finally, I worked on database design and developing model class for Hibernate. Here is the part of the code for one of the entity classes product. Hibernate, being an ORM framework, utilizes this class to create table and relationship in my SQL database. In addition to this, I fulfilled my role as a standard project manager for our project. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Suchit Pinreddy. So my primary role in this project was to design the front end for the sign up page and the login page. So let's get started. I want to show a small demo of our sign up page and the login page. So here we go. So I have already pre-filled this information. So this is a new user. So I click create account and I'm able to create an account. Then then I'm going to put the credentials for that account which has been created recently. And as you can see, I'm able to log in and I'm able to see the marketplace homepage. So I want to talk about a little bit about my coding part of it, which made this functionality possible. So let's get started on that. So here is the create account code in which we have used lot of packages from Material UI, which keeps our program look uniform and aesthetically appealing. So this part is used to save the data that we got from the customer in a key value pair whenever this submit button is pressed, and whenever that create account is created, it directly goes to the login page right here. And this return button is basically our HTML and CSS code, as you can see right here. Let's go to our login page right now. It does the same thing, except now instead of that, we are going to have the new feature called handle click show password, which shows the password. Rest of it still remains the same, like the logic is still the same. So I want to call Dapo to talk a little bit about his product listing page. So yeah.
I am Dapo Oinloye, and I worked on the Marketplace tab that holds the product listings. The main parts that went into building the Marketplace tab includes building the individual product card components that holds the product name, a brief description, and the price of the available products, as well as implementing non-React frameworks like the Material UI for styling and making the page responsive. So that's what we see here. The Marketplace tab here also holds, I worked on the search box that holds the search function as well and allows the users to search the available products that we have. And a brief description of the code that went into this, importing those React frameworks like Material UI here, for example, and expanding on the product card props that holds the properties of the card details, and designing the individual product cards, the width, the background, length, and what this looks like when you also the event handling when you hover.
Hello everyone, my name is Vivek. My primary responsibilities for this project were setting up the infrastructure of code, creating and documenting API following OpenAPI 3.0 standard, perform code review, and integrate the API with front-end application. For infrastructure of code, I developed continuous integration / continuous deployment CI/CD pipeline for both React and Spring Boot application using GitHub Action. Here is a section of the YAML code for CI/CD pipeline. This code is basically getting a code from our main branch and publishing it into virtual private server. For API part, I developed some API with Spring Boot and implemented service layer for database communication using Hibernate. Here is a quick glance for the code. This code is written in Java and it is getting requests from the API and communicating with MySQL database. Similarly, I automated the process of generating interactive API playground. Here's a quick demo for that. This is our homepage of the application, and if I go inside API section, you can see UI for the API, and you don't need tools like Postman or Insomnia for making API call. You can simply make an API call from the browser. For example, I can give a try it out over here, and if I execute the API, I can receive the response of the API in JSON format. Apart from this, I participated in various sprint meetings, code review, approved pull requests in version control, and worked as a project manager. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Kitty Tiarial, and so for this project, I was responsible for making APIs, and I also helped with database design, and I also implemented unit testing with Mockito on JUnit 5 in Spring Boot. So let me show a little bit of the course that I had to do to implement all these functionalities in our project. So in here, you can see all the APIs that you can call from the front end to implement all the backend logic. Basically, this is showing how we can get all the products. We can create a new product. We can delete a product, and all these are done in the back end and then implemented for the front end UI. And here I can also show you the testing. So these are all using Mockito with JUnit 5, and these, just to show you a little bit of a demo, we can run this here, and then we can see that all the methods that we are trying to test here are coming up as okay. So that means our project is running good. Anytime we don't have a unit testing, it can be a huge pain to know where what part of the logic is not working in our program. So unit testing helps with this. So these are the few things that I helped during this project. All right, thank you.
I am Jerry Cortez, and I was responsible for some preliminary actions in the project, such as setting up the repositories for the front end and the back end. However, further down the timetable, I conducted UI and UX research and implementation, looking through React's libraries and their respective documentation, specifically Material UI, which is a massive React library of UI components that are used throughout the application. I also worked on creating some React components, which can be seen on the homepage. For example, here is a feedback, which just allows you to put a name, email, and a message. And with a button, you can submit the feedback and it gives an alert. So reviewing the code is all here in this return statement. The gradient box here is for the background, which can be seen on the background. And then some typography components containing the text, which can be seen on the screen. And then a box of text fields for the name, and the email, and the message parts for the inputs, and a button submitting feedback. And then on click of this button, sends a user an alert saying thank you for your feedback here. And that's all for my section.
Hello everyone, I am Arogya and I'm going to talk about my contribution for our project. What I did to help the group was I created a custom contact us page, deployed front-end application into virtual private server along with my teammate Emmanuel, and worked on project setup with collaboration and documentation tool like Slack. First of all, here is the code for the custom contact us page. This code is implementing a contact form using React and Material UI libraries. The form includes input fields for the user's first name, last name, email, phone number, and message. The code imports several components from the Material UI such as box, button, icon button, snack bar, text field, etc. The next thing that I worked on was I deployed the front-end application into virtual private server along with my teammate Emmanuel. For this, we had to pick a hosting provider, operating system, and set it to an appropriate configuration. And we used a Python script to install the SSL certificate. The last thing that I helped on was setting up the project where I was active on Slack in order to collaborate with my teammates. And here is a quick look at our Slack page. We basically talk on a daily basis about how our progress is coming along, and oftentimes we host meeting sessions.
My name is Emmanuel Ibem, and I am making a presentation for Team 5, Openmarkethub. I handle the web hosting and the payments and refund aspect of the project. For our web hosting, we use Namecheap, which allows us to manage our domain. We also registered our domain name with Namecheap, and it allows us a secure login to tweak settings and install cloud services onto our server. This is our host name, primary IP, and name servers we're currently using. So you can see our disk usage. It allows us to track how much of our disk we're using. to make sure the website is performing optimally. For the payments and refund section, we used WooCommerce, which is a plugin that can interface with WordPress websites, which allows us to redirect the customer from a purchase to a checkout location. And then the WooCommerce plugin uses a bunch of shortcodes commands that you can insert into your WordPress page as seen in this code block. So that's the tag to call it in. It also allows us to track our orders with a GUI. It also allows an indexing system from product tagging and indexing, which makes product search easier. And then it also has an attributes system, so you can set categories, which allows for better indexing and better searching capabilities. Thank you.
In conclusion, we have seen how our new marketplace product can transform the way you do business. With its intuitive interface, powerful search capabilities, and robust seller network, our platform is designed to help you save time, reduce cost, and increase sales. But don't just take our word for it. We've already received glowing feedback from our early adopters. Thank you for your time.